And what you see here is the blue line represents mortgage debt, right? This is household mortgage debt. And right now we have over about 13.5 trillion. And even though that's a record, I'm not overly concerned about that number. And the reason is because it's secured by record levels of equity. And so our real estate has gone up in value, as have our mortgages. But guess what? We have more equity than we have debt on those mortgages. Now, the one that is more concerning to me is this sort of magenta line here, and that is non-mortgage debt. And you can see there we have over 5 trillion. Now, that line is made up of primarily of these four categories. The number one debt we're carrying that's not mortgage debt is actually auto loans. And you can see we have over 1.6 trillion in auto loans. Now, of course, the challenge with that is cars tend to be depreciating assets, if they're assets at all, more of a liability. And it's because of those high interest rates, along with the high purchase price of vehicles, that we're seeing this debt is as high as it is. Now, the second biggest debt is student loan debt. You can see 1.65 trillion. Now, if you look at this graph here, what you'll notice is that the vast majority of that debt has actually been accumulated over the last 12 to 15 years. Now, if you take into consideration the average age of those people carrying that debt, it puts them in their mid-20s to 40 years old. It's also one of the reasons why I believe that last year we had a record high average age for first-time home buyers, which came in at 40 years old. And I believe it's because of that student debt that we're carrying. Now, the magenta line here represents credit card debt, and you can see we're at 1.23 trillion. The thing that is concerning to me here is this trajectory. You can see it has the steepest gain. And I think that our federal government is doing a wonderful job. Actually, they're not. I'm being facetious, but they're behaving the way a lot of people are. And what I mean by that is they're outspending what they're making, and it's showing up here in this accumulation of credit card debt. And then all other non-household debt, you can see, has been relatively flat. Now, this is of concern, right? And again, I'm not here to bum you out. What I'm here to do is share with you what's going on and reality, so that you can actually trim your sails to take advantage of the market we're in. And what this represents is the percent of loans that are 90 days plus delinquent. And you can see here the dark blue at the top is credit card debt. It has the highest delinquency rate, somewhere between 12 and 13%, right? So people are not paying their credit cards, allowing them to go 90 days plus, which again, last time we saw that level of delinquency was back in the Great Recession, 08 to 2010. Now, you'll notice there the gray line is all other debt. Again, it's up, but it's fairly flat somewhat. The red line is student loan debt. And again, what you see here, a dramatic increase because the government said, okay, now you have to start paying your student loans again. And what I would argue is that a lot of people were living their best life after COVID and outspending their income, and consequently not making their student loan debt and paying that. You can see, however, that their auto loans, they're fairly good, only about 5% are delinquent, which means people are paying for their cars. And you can see, even though people are not paying their credit cards or their student loans, they are making their mortgage payments and their HELOC payments.
Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe and join us as we continue to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, and lives worth living.